So today we're going to go over some common home buyer questions, and I hope you can learn from my 10 years of experience as a real estate broker here in California and Fremont. And here's what we're going through right now. So you can pause the video, take a look at these contents, and you're welcome to skip through if you already know the answer to some of them. So what kind of home can I afford? Pretty much you're going to ask yourself, am I paying cash or am I paying financing for a certain loan? And if you're paying cash, then you need to figure how much cash do you have in the bank, and that's your upper limit for purchasing. If you have a loan, you need to go to a banking institution so that they can lend you money, and usually you're going to have to come up with some kind of down payment. So sometimes you can get the FHA 3.5% down payment. When I say 3.5%, that's 3.5% of your purchase price. You can get 5% down conventional loans, and there's certain implications to how much down payment you put, how much interest you're going to pay, whether or not you have any prepayment, private mortgage insurance. So essentially, if you need a loan, talk to a bank. They're going to figure out how much house you can afford. Once you know how much house you can afford, you can bring that information to your realtor, and then the realtor can start looking for properties that match your criteria. The next question, can I buy a home and sell my current one at the same time? Yes, you can. It's all a matter of determining your ability, your purchase power. So if you have enough funds to uh, purchase a home while you own the other one and then you can sell it later, then that's fine. If you need the funds from the sale to buy the next home, you're going to need the closing statement of the sale of the current house and show it to a loan person so that they can qualify you based on the net proceeds you receive from the sold house. How many homes should I see before making an offer? That really just depends on what you need. Every time you look at a house, you're going to determine whether or not it meets your criteria, it's in a good location, it's good for your kids, etc. And so if something doesn't appeal to you, then you just skip it. If it does appeal to you, I would recommend placing an offer. That could be the first home or that could be a 30th home. It really doesn't matter. And you just want to get a firm sense of uh, where you're buying and the whether or not you like it and whether or not your significant other likes it. So today we're going to go over some common home buyer questions, and I hope you can learn from my 10 years of experience as a real estate broker here in California and Fremont. How do I know if the property is a good deal? Again, you're going to refer to your realtor's research and your own research to determine what the market rate is and determine if your offer is lower than that or higher than that. If you make an offer higher than market value, there's really no problem with that because you're trying to compete with the competition. If you make an offer below market value and you don't get accepted, you know next time to maybe raise your offer a little bit because you understand firsthand that the demand is quite aggressive. Next question is, how quickly can I close? So on the purchase agreement, you have the ability to put the number of days it will take for you to close, and that's usually determined by your financial position. So if you are all cash, you can close as soon as 10 days. You want to make sure that you do some kind of inspections first and then uh, go to escrow for signing and then close it. If you have a loan, on the other hand, certain loans will take at least 30 days to close. Some are faster, but if you get an FHA or VA loan, it could take as long as 45 calendar days in order for the deal to close. A lot of that has to do with your time needed to inspect the property, the lender's time to verify all your paperwork, and sufficient time for the lender to fund the loan. Should I get a home inspection? I would definitely recommend it. Home inspections tell you about the condition of the property. Since real estate brokers are not contractors, and you may not be a contractor, we need a professional, a licensed professional who will guarantee their report, and uh, it's something that you can refer to, and sometimes you're gonna get it's typically the buyer's expense, but sometimes the seller will pay for it, and there'll be reports already. So you can either trust those reports and waive your right to get your own reports, or you can get reports of your own so that there can be duplicates of the same home, termite, and roof inspection. Typically, the seller's inspectors are third parties, so generally they can be trusted, but if you feel like you need extra protection, I would get more inspections. There are a wide variety of inspections that I'm not mentioning here, so I definitely talk to your real estate professional about any others that may be necessary. Last question is, when can I back out if I change my mind? So the purchase agreement, there's two kinds of purchase agreements. One is a contingent purchase agreement, the other one's non-contingent. If you have a contingent purchase agreement, that means that you can back out for specific reasons that you must state in order to back out and recover your deposit, where it would be returned to you in full, less any expenses. For example, by default, the California purchase agreement has a 17-day loan loan and appraisal contingency. Our newest document has it up to 21 days. So if it takes you 30 days to close, your deposit is safe up until the 21st calendar day. If you back out due to a reason pertaining specifically to the loan not going through. If you say you bought a new car by mistake, it screwed up your loan process, then you would need to back out for that reason. Inspection contingencies are typically 17 calendar days by default, and so um, your deposit is safe up until the 17th day of the contract timeline, given that if you need to back out due to some inspection-related reason. So I hope that's the last slide. I hope that you enjoyed this talk about common homebuyer questions. And if you have any other questions, feel free to comment.